Well, I have the 8K diesel heater from the mini Smowcat on the bench here. It had been giving me an error code E-03, and that has to do with the glow plug. So I pulled the heater out of the mini Smowcat, and unless you have the tool to actually remove the glow plug from down in that hole there, the other way to do it is just cut the leads. You can feed them through a socket and then just use a wrench on the socket to loosen that out. So I pulled the glow plug out, tested it on a battery, it was fine. So I've got these soldered back together, and that can go back together fine. So I plugged it back into the Smowcat and was trying to turn it on, and every time it would try to turn on, it would make a click and then the error would pop up. So the click is this little relay here that's turning on and off, and following the trace that comes from that relay all the way over what normally sits in this spot here, along with this heat sink, is this little TO220 package N-channel MOSFET, and that's where my mind went immediately. This sucker's probably blown, so we removed it from the board, just desoldered it, and using the multimeter, just put it into resistance, ohms, measuring just straight from the case here, this top tab, over to each of these pins, and it is shorted out. So that is our problem. So this should be a pretty easy fix. You can find the specs on this one by looking at the part number that's on the case. It's kind of hard to see here, but you can either try and find one of these MOSFETs directly, which might be a little more difficult, or you can find the spec sheet of this and then go on to DigiKey, and there will be probably about a dozen compatible MOSFETs that should do exactly the same job here. So I did that. I've ordered 3 on DigiKey. They'll be here in a couple days, and we should get this all sorted out. So that's an unfortunate failure in this little diesel heater. It's probably only been running for, I'd say, collectively 5 hours in total, so I would say virtually brand new, and for a cheap little piece like this to fail is a little annoying. At least it's an easy fix, and we can track it down without too much effort and get it going again for all of about $18. So there you go.